Now that you've got the basics behind a traditional vanilla bean creme brulee, it's time to expand on that technique with a fresh berry creme brulee. As a pastry chef, you always have creme brulee on the menu, but you need to change things up now and again. And when fresh berries are in season, you want to work those into any dessert you possibly can, and why not creme brulee? If I were to use that traditional creme brulee method, I would end up cooking the berries half an hour in the oven, and you'd end up with berry sauce at the bottom of your creme brulee. Not really what I'm after. Instead of baking it in a water bath in the oven, I'm going to use a water bath over the stove to fully cook the custard before it gets poured on these fresh berries. I've got 3 cups of whipping cream that I will heat on medium heat. I'm using vanilla, but this time in paste form. This is a vanilla bean paste. Now, it already has the seeds extracted, so it sort of simplifies the process. So now that I'm already heating the cream, this is a great opportunity to think about other ways to add flavor. In this case, I'm going to use a little bit of lemon, about a teaspoon of zest. But just think about anything that you like to infuse. That could be any spices. You could throw in a couple of cinnamon sticks, some star anise. How about an Earl Grey tea bag? This couple of minutes that it's going to spend infusing transfers all that flavor in a delicate way through the cream. I've got 10 egg yolks already separated. Because I'm cooking at stovetop and I'm actually working some air into there, I need that many yolks to get the proper set in the brulee. And I've got half a cup of sugar. I need to add a bit of lemon juice. And this serves 2 purposes. This does enhance the flavor, but it also serves the function of helping to thicken the cream after it cools and sets, because the acidity in the lemon juice actually works to set cream. A tablespoon and a half of lemon juice. And this also loosens up the yolk sugar mixture. Now, when I bake the first creme brulee, I poured the water around each individual brulee to bake it gently. In this case, I'm using a pot filled with 1 inch of water and a metal bowl placed on top of it, so the steam from the gently simmering water actually cooks the eggs the exact same gentle way. It takes about 3 to 4 minutes to get the full volume on the eggs. Now, you can tell when your egg mixture is ready. When you lift your whisk and draw a circle, it leaves a ribbon. You can actually see it stand on top of itself in the batter. Now it's time to add the cream and cook it a little bit further. And that really is what thickens up and sets the creme brulee. And I can add the cream a lot faster now because, of course, the egg mixture is already hot. Work that back in, but then pour the entire mixture back in this pot. And I want to cook this medium heat until it coats the back of either your wooden spoon or, if you're using it, a silicone spatula. And this takes about another 3 to 4 minutes. Baking is as much about your sense of touch as it is your sense of smell and taste. And I can tell this custard's almost done because I can feel how it's pulling as I stir it. And the true visual test, when you can draw a line, you know that your custard is fully cooked. Strain it. All those vanilla bean seeds will drop right through. This is still fluid because it's warm, so I can just pour it right over the berries, taking care to cover each and every berry. The texture of this style of creme brulee is lighter on the palate because of the air in there. Doesn't set quite as firmly as an oven-baked creme brulee. So you have to expect that softness, but that matches so beautifully with the tender, fresh berries. These have to set aside to cool completely before I put them in the fridge, so you don't develop any condensation that could interfere with your brûléing on top. All right, I have one that is already set. I find for this particular recipe, I actually like a thinner caramelized sugar layer on top, so it matches the delicate creme brulee and fruit underneath. Another smooth and creamy creme brulee, hiding those berries underneath.